we put a brush in there. You can copy that idea. Probably the first person ever to think of it, to use a skid steer brush or a broom, street sweeper broom. We hung it up there for the cows to scratch on. Oh, hey, beautiful. Look at how nice his hair is. Oh, he went nuts on that thing. He just went nuts. Beautiful boy. Who's my beautiful boy? He's starting to look like a little bull. Hopefully we'll find out. We'll find out here in the next month or two if he's a functioning bull, right? Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me today. We gotta go. We're already late. Pulled the sprayer out of storage, and I'm gonna pump some water out of the lagoon. I'll tell you how that experiment goes after we're done here later this summer. This field behind the barn, it's clover and grasses from behind last year's small grain, and I think that's the most fit field that I can trade. So where I wanted to put the wheat, that was kind of one of my more wet fields, and so we're gonna go spray. Well, okay, spray is an optimistic term. I gotta get hooked up to the Massey and get all my filters back on, and I'll pump some nice water out of the lagoon and run it, see where I got leaks, if anything broke over winter, if I forgot to drain something. I think I did pretty good. All the valves are open, all the filters are off. On my boom, I take off end runs. So whenever there's an end, I'll take this cap off, this cap off, this cap off, and that drains that plumbing pretty good. That's been successful for a number of years now. And yeah, the wife and I, we spent a few minutes in the cab cleaning up wiring. Ugh, that poor cab. So we got everything curled up nice behind the seat, and I plumbed in a nice weather pack plug-in. Let me switch hands. I got a weather pack kit so I can put weather pack ends on for my sprayer for the switch. There's a 12-volt switch, and so we just got to get it all hooked up, get some water in it, turn it on, and run it and see what we got for leaks. And if we have no leaks, then we'll fill it up and pull up and put up our Roundup. We're just doing a quick Roundup burn down. I'm trying to get away from Roundup, and a clethidome 2,4-D mix can kind of get us there. And so I do some of that as well. I'm trying, but it's baby steps. I'm not the greatest chemical guy out there. I only know what I know from chemicals because of either a success or a failure. I guess that's called experience of life, isn't it? Too much talking. Let's get to work. You can see by the ground, it sprays. It's kind of working, but I wasn't catching rate on the monitor, and so I thought, yeah, what the heck? And so I opened this up, and I couldn't quite get this to spin with a screwdriver, and it was stuck, and then eventually it clicked free, but then it was super sticky. So we'll just polish that little shaft up and get him back in there, and if it spins free, get it put back together. See if we can catch rate. If we can catch rate, then I'll spray. I gotta spray 50 gallons through or more, and then we'll back up and get our Roundup and our Weather Guard in there, our surfactant. But I just want to get 50 to 100 gallons through just to make sure everything is going good. Well, UPS just left, so that means I got parts to finish up on that 4440. Oh yeah, haha, we're back in business. Well, we got rate, so that's good, and we got a nice cloud rolling under us. There's one dirty tip. You can see its spray pattern. So everybody's looking pretty good, except that guy. So we can go like this. Borrow that from. Oh, it might be something in that nozzle body. But we'll have to clean that. We can go like that. Clean that out. Borrow that one. Try that again. Oh yeah, that looks better. All right. Hey, helps if you turn them on, right? So that looks good. Everybody looks pretty good. Up. That looks good. That looks good. There we go, and the pickup's getting a nice shower. There we go. That looks pretty good. Yeah. Boom. There we go. Got the crop oil in and the Roundup in, and that will start pumping through, and then I'll chase it with a bunch of water. Yep. Chase it with some water, give it a good rinse out, and make sure that everything here gets with fresh water, and away we go. Satellite, GNS, receiver, there's all your information. I got the pump tank agitating. I like that inductor because it pumps the chemical into the water, and then you chase it with the water, so you get a little immediate agitation there, but then the sprayer itself has its own agitation, so I can let it agitate the whole time I'm driving out here. The tank is sloshing and the agitation is running, trying to just make sure we got a good uniform mix through there. I'm going to open the field on Smart Path, and what that's going to do is my opening pass goes up, and I'm going to curve out and along trees, and then along that headland I square up in the corner and go along the headland, and when I get to that corner I can turn around and come back, and it will automatically snap that line, and then when I get to this corner and come down, it will snap that line automatically and bring it, and then I can square up and do this headland, and the same thing. It will snap them lines automatically. Kind of a, if you're a Raven guy, it's kind of a last pass. And then once the headlands are done, then I just I switch to a straight 180 degree pattern. All farms are either north, south, east, west. It's either 0-180 or 90-270 or whatever the heck that is. But yeah, so we'll get going in a few minutes. You can see the drill marks. What are we trying to burn down? Oh, I hate that wheat is going in this field, because a lot of nice grass and clover down there. The grass and clover. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This field's hard. It's getting there, but it's hard. We'll spread some calcium. We'll get some calcium, and down here it should be hard because this is where all the water ponds. But we'll get some calcium on here to help soften that up, and that wheat, and then behind the wheat we'll get a soil building compaction fighting kind of cover crop on here behind the wheat. I'd like to empty the lagoon on here if I could. That would really be nice. That'd be real nice. But yeah, so all right, enough yip yap. Time to go. That's St. Croix Park down there. I think that might actually be on the Wisconsin side of the river. That is just a massive fire they do every spring to clean it up. I can't comprehend what a big forest fire is if they minuscule that kind of fire. That is just crazy. Well, that's that'll be the end of it. That went pretty good. Can't complain. Well, I got my fork up because I've been working on my steering to see how bad my steering is hunting. Trying to get that in better, do a better job there. It's still a little, I might have it a little aggressive. So I'm just trying to figure my steering out at the same time. But yeah, we'll do that across the field, and there's my mud going in the same track twice. Just trying to get back to the other end and running the tank out on that last little bit. But for repeatability, it seems to be holding that line pretty good. So yeah, first field is sprayed, and we are ready for the drill in a couple days. Oh, how nice is that gonna be? Woohoo! I'll do the headlands and then get the wife, get it filled up, and she can sit out here and drill until it gets empty. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, well, okay, so the lagoon water, we're told that our well water here is very hard, and we're told that rainwater is the best water you can use because of chemical tie-up with the hardness in the water. I don't know, but by using the lagoon water, it solves several problems for me, and it worked. I was nervous that it would have filled the tank up with trash, but it did not. And so I'll pull the filter now that we ran a full tank through it. I'll pull the filter and see how bad that filter is. And then I need to get a suction screen, you know, them cages that go on the end of the hose. I need to get one of them, and then that would help a lot. And I could wrap that with some screen material to help. But yeah, no, it worked good. And so, hey, first field for the year, guys. First field for the year. And it's hold on for 2023. It's going to be great.